Hey guys, what's up? Dan here with a more discussion type video. Don't worry, we'll have loot. I won't just be rambling here for 5 minutes, we'll also take a look at some loot. So the topic of today, as you've probably already seen from the title, is why are you not making enough currency? So let's say you watch a video on YouTube or read a topic on Reddit and the guy runs 100 maps, highly juiced. 50 chaos investment per map for a total of 30 exalts in 100 maps. Then you take a look at your stash tab and you see maybe 200 chaos, maybe a few maps, and you're thinking, this guy has invested 30 exalts in his maps. I don't have the currency to do that. I'm just gonna run some regular maps, alch and go, and I'm gonna make money that way with low investment, just an alchemy orb per map. Now see, if you think like this, then you're wrong, because mapping for currency just sucks. Sure, you are getting a lot of money inside the maps, but it's not actually from the natural monsters of the map. You get your money from scarabs and from scaling different mechanics on the tree. If you want to move above 1 exalt per hour, you need to use scarabs. There is no other way around it. Besides maybe boss rushing, but if you know what that is, then probably this video won't help you much. After talking to a few of my friends that play the game more casually, let's say, some of them told me that they skip the altars because they die when they engage with them. But they also don't scale Maven on the tree and run the regular invitations. So you can't just skip important parts of the game and hope for the best, because sure, let's say you drop a doctor, right? Are you basing your entire strategy on a lucky drop that's gonna happen maybe once per league? In order to give you a better understanding of this, I will run a quick test. 40 maps, 20 with no juice and no influence, and 20 with Squidward influence, 2 cheap scarabs, and 20 remnants of corruptions. We will use exactly the same skill tree for these 40 maps, and let's see what happens. I will time myself for all of these and I'll make a proper exalt per hour calculation at the end, so that you can see how much more we will make per map if we invest 1 extra chaos. See you back in a bit. And we're done with the first batch. 20 alch and go maps tier 16. We have some scarabs, we have some essences, we have 2 blighted maps, and a few shards and an ancient orb here. All of these have been dropped from the special mechanics that we find inside the map. Now if we remove these, we are left with exactly this. So these 3 rows right here, except the exalted shards and the ancient orb, is pretty much what we managed to get in our 20 map run in around 56 minutes I think it took. So the monsters inside the maps are giving you close to nothing, as you can see. I decided to keep some loot that I found in a map in which we didn't find any good essences, we didn't find any good loot from the harbingers, and we didn't find any operative strongbox or a blight encounter. So let me show you what amazing loot you can expect to get in a map where you're not gonna get any of these mechanics. So yeah guys, we have 4 orbs of alteration, 4 chromatic orbs, and 3 orbs of alchemy. Now this is pretty much the loot that you're gonna get on average per map if you just run maps in alch and go setup. So yeah, close to nothing guys, close to nothing. I really don't recommend that you do this. Stop running maps as alch and go. Use a scarab, use some special mechanics that you can find on your atlas skill tree, and get the most out of your maps. In total we have 250 chaos or 1.5x according to excellence. So it took us 56 minutes to run all of these maps, and in 56 minutes we managed to get 1.5 exalts. This is very bad. I don't really like this amount of currency per hour. And also please keep in mind, 1.5 exalt per hour while finding 4 operative strongboxes, 8 exalted shards, 1 full ancient orb and close to another one, and a lot of deafening essences. And even still we managed to only make 1.5 exalt per hour. Now let's see what's gonna happen when we run these right here. And I will be adding 1 rusted metamorph, 1 rusted blight per map. I'll also corrupt all of the essences with a remnant of corruption. And I decided to remove the squire since I don't want you guys to think that you need very high investment items to run maps such as these. I'm running an Aegis Aurora shield, one of the best, probably the best shield that you can find inside the game right now. Okay, so I'm gonna run these and I'll be back with the results. And we finished the other 20 maps, so let's talk a little bit about the atlas, because I forgot to mention this at the start of the video. So I decided to unspec 13 points and allocate only 117, which would be these that you're gonna get if you're gonna fully complete your atlas. You're gonna get a few more points if you run the invitations. I think that I have allocated 117, but because GG doesn't really tell us how many points we are using, I had to count them individually. Hopefully I did a good job, I did it 3 times, but in case you don't have enough points, you could unspec some of these metamorph nodes, or maybe you could unspec some of these nodes right here, the immune response, since you don't really need those. So if you unspec this node, it's 1 point, and with another 4 here, we have 5 extra points on your Atlas skill tree, and you're not gonna see much of a difference regarding the loot. Now let's see exactly what happens if we run another 20, we add these 3 right here, and also we're gonna click on the Eldritch Altars, prioritizing Scarabs and Eldritch currencies. Yeah, quite a lot of stuff. 950 chaos in total. If we divide it by the price of an exalt and by the duration, we have 3.5 exalts per hour. 3.5 exalts per hour here, being unlucky, compared to 1.5 exalts per hour here, while being lucky. We have more essences here, compared to here. 4 operative strong boxes in here, 0 operative strong boxes here, 3 exalted shards here, and 8 exalted shards here. So we got very lucky on the first 20 by finding operative strong boxes, a lot more essences, and a lot more exalted shards, and still, on a per hour basis, we are making 2 exalts less. Now, in the first 20 maps, I also had an interesting drop that I decided to leave at the end of this video because it kinda proves my point. We managed to drop this, which would be a Cortex map. So, if you're wondering as to what exactly you need to do in order to go from this to this, without using these and clicking on the altars, you just have to drop a Cortex every 20 maps. Yeah, good luck with that, guys, it's just not gonna happen. Just start using these, click on the altars, and you're gonna have great results. So before you go and run your maps as alch go, please take a moment to think about your build. Is it a fast mapper? Do this. Is it a good bosser? Then maybe run some bosses. Is it a fast mapper with not a lot of single target and can't run mechanics such as metamorphs or blights? Then maybe try out the map boss rushing strategy. You can find a lot of videos on that on YouTube, either on Sneezes or Palsteron's channel. As you've seen, quite a lot of loot compared to the previous run. This is pretty much what you need to do in order to go up from 1.5x per hour up to 3.5 or maybe 5x per hour if you're lucky. And it's very simple, you just need 2 scarabs and to click on the Eldritch Altars. Now if you don't like clicking on the Eldritch Altars, then run Maven, run different maps and do the Maven Atlas invitations because those also give out quite a lot of currency. It took me quite a lot of time to figure this out by myself, because no one is showing you exactly where the money is coming from. They just go and run 100 maps, they use expensive scarabs, they use delirium orbs, they have investments that are like 50 exalts in 100 maps, and then they show you the results at the end. Now what are you gonna do if you have maybe 10x? Risk it all on 20 maps on a strategy that's gonna be flooded for the next 2 weeks by the people that have already watched the video, like you? Yeah, don't do that, I did that in the past, and yeah, the results sucked. If you're not sitting on 100x, run cheap strategies that actually give out decent results, because whatever you get is pure profit. You make 20x, you keep 20x. You make 50x, you keep 50x profit. Please keep in mind that we're looking at a 3.5 exalts per hour with a slow build, guys. I ran these in around 5 minutes. A fast mapper completes a beach map in 1 minute. Add to that another 1 minute for the Blight encounter and another 30 seconds for the Metamorph boss and picking up all of the other loot, and you're gonna farm around 24 maps per hour instead of my 12 here. We're looking at a 7x per hour strat on a fast build, guys. Low investment, 2 chaos per map, using only 2 scarabs, rusted ones, and making up to 7x per hour. Very hard to beat this. I hope that you've enjoyed the video, maybe even learned a thing or two. If you like what you've seen, then stop by the channel from time to time. Thank you for watching, good luck as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.